Hello friends, welcome to English Tech. Friends, here in this video today we are going to discuss the contribution of Indian women writers to English fiction. Friends, the history of Indian English writing begins with, especially novel, begins with the publication of Raj Mohan's wife in 1864. After that, we have so many novels and we have a long tradition of Indian English novelists. We can take the name of the great trio Mulkraj Anand, R.K. Narayan, and Raja Rao. And after that, we have a long tradition of the writers like Khushwant Singh, Arun Joshi, Amitabh Ghosh. Similarly, we have a number of Indian women novelists who have contributed greatly to Indian English fiction. And therefore, in this video, I am going to discuss the contribution of women novelists to Indian English fiction. I shall mention their major novels only and the themes explored by them in their novels. Friends, I shall discuss the post-independence novelists especially. This video is quite important. It is quite useful for the students who have been studying Indian English literature. This video is useful for the students of BA and MA also, and more significantly, it's very useful for the students of NET and SET. That is, the students who have been preparing for NET and SET, they must watch this video completely. Okay then friends, now let me start discussion of the contribution of women novelists to the development of Indian English fiction, especially after independence. There are so many writers, but I have discussed here major writers only and their major works only, because it is not possible to discuss all these writers in one video, and therefore I shall discuss the major writers and their major works. Friends, let's begin with Kamla Markandeya. Actually, Kamla Markandeya has written so many novels, including Nectar in a Sieve, A Handful of Rice, and so many others. But her Nectar in a Sieve is a masterpiece. It is her major work. Kamla Markandeya explores the themes of poverty, rural life, and the impact of industrialization on traditional communities and the resilience of the human spirit. She depicts farm family in that novel, and in this way she explores especially the theme, basically the theme of poverty and the life in rural areas, the life of the farmers living in rural area. In this, friends, similarly she depicts the same kind of theme, that is poverty and hunger, in her another novel, A Handful of Rice. In this way, Kamla Markandeya has contributed greatly to the development of Indian English fiction. Now, after that, let me discuss the next important writer, that is Atiya Hussain. Atiya Hussain's masterpiece, her major work, Sunlight on Broken Column, deals with the themes of women's rights. Another major theme in her writing is independence and the trauma of partition. Here we have the novels like Azadi by Chaman Nahal and Khushwant Singh's novel. They depict the trauma of participation. They depict the trauma of partition in their novels. That is, Chaman Nahal and Khushwant Singh also have dealt with this theme, the trauma of partition. But here there is one more Indian woman novelist who has dealt with the theme of the partition of India in her novel. Anyway, the next important woman writer is Nayantara Sahgal. Actually, Nayantara Sahgal has written political novels. That is, politics in Indian society especially is one of the major themes in her novels, and her novel Reach Like Us, published in 1985, is the, is one of the major examples of her political novel. In this novel, Rich Like Us, she depicts the theme of political corruption, social inequality, and the tumultuous period of India's independence struggle. In this way, Nayantara Sahgal has written political novels, and she depicts Indian politics in almost all the novels by her. Friends, the next important woman novelist is Arundhati Roy. Actually, Arundhati Roy shot into limelight with the novel The God of Small Things. She got the most prestigious award, that is Booker Prize, for this novel, and in this way she shot into limelight with the publication of this novel The God of Small Things. This novel is a story of Ammu and Veluta, and she deals with the themes of love, caste system in India, and political turmoil in the post-colonial India. That is, there is love relationship between Ammu and Veluta. Ammu comes from the so-called high-class society, elite society, and Veluta is from the downtrodden class. And their relationship spoils the image of her family and her society. And in this way, the conflict takes place in that novel on account of their relationship. It has a political touch also. And in this way, Arundhati Roy realistically depicts the caste system in Indian society. The next important writer is Anita Desai. Anita Desai is popularly known as a Virginia Woolf of India because she presents feminine psychology in almost all the novels by her, and Cry the Peacock is one of such best examples. In her novel Cry the Peacock, she explores feminine psyche. Maya is oversensitive. Maya is one of the major characters in that novel. She is oversensitive, and her husband Gautama is practical. And in this way, ill-matched marriage takes place there. And as Maya is oversensitive and Gautama is practical, that is, they cannot live together happily, and it leads to tragedy of both Maya and Gautama. Then her next novel, Fasting Feasting. Fasting Feasting also deals with the theme of gender roles, cultural expectations, and the clash between Indian and Western values. In this way, friends, Anita Desai depicts feminine psyche, ill-matched marriages, East-West encounter in her novels. She has written so many novels, but I have discussed major novels and their themes only. Then we have next example of a prominent Indian woman novelist, and that is Kiran Desai. Kiran Desai is a daughter of Anita Desai, and like Arundhati Roy, Kiran Desai also shot into limelight with the when her novel got Booker Prize. That is her novel The Inheritance of Loss, published in 2006, got the Booker Prize, and therefore Kiran Desai came into discussion. She shot into limelight with the publication of that novel. In that novel, that is The Inheritance of Loss, Kiran Desai has dealt with the themes of identity, displacement, post-colonialism, and the impact of globalization. In this way, friends, Kiran Desai is one of the major women writers in English in India. After that, we must take the name of Jhumpa Lahiri also. Jhumpa Lahiri has written so many books of short stories. She has written novels also, and her very popular work is The Interpreter of Maladies, published in 1999, and it deals with the themes of cultural displacement, immigrant experiences, and the complexities of relationships. Her next work is The Namesake, published in the year 2003. She deals with the themes of identity, assimilation, and the generational divide between immigrant parents and their American born children. In this way, Jhumpa Lahiri's contribution also is quite substantial to the development of Indian English fiction. Now, friends, after that, there are so many other new generation of there is a new generation of writers, women novelists, and we can take the name of Arundhati Subramaniam in that list. She has published her novel When God is a Traveler in the year 2014, and she deals with the themes of spirituality, mythology, and the search of meaning in a contemporary world. Her friends, one name is always there in the discussion, and that is Manju Kapoor. Manju Kapoor's Difficult Daughters became so popular novel. Uh, she has written this novel, she has published this novel in 1998, and it deals with the themes of women's struggle for independence, societal expectations, and the impact of political unrest on personal lives. Her next novel, Custody, also deals with the themes of divorce, custody battles, and the complexities of modern relationships. After that, there is one more name which is always in discussion, and that is Shobadi. If we cannot mention the name of Shobadi while discussing the contribution of women writers to Indian English fiction, then it will be injustice. That is, we cannot imagine Indian English fiction without the contribution of Shobade, especially after independence. Because Shobade has dealt with the taboo themes like love, sex, especially perverted sex, then the complex or complicated relationships between men and women. In this way, she has dealt with such taboo themes. Her Socialite Evenings is one of such novels. It deals with the themes of the urban elite social critic and the lives of privileged women in Indian society. Her novel Starry Nights also deals with the taboo themes like love and sex. The character in that novel, Asha Rani, that is, if the reader reads that novel, he will never forget the character of Asha Rani. Her heroines, that is Shobade's heroines, get ready to do anything to get success. And in this way, she depicts a very bold woman, modern woman in her writing. And therefore, her novels like Strained Obsessions, Socialite Evenings, Starry Nights, they are speed post. That is, they depict such kind of word, especially the word of the elite people, and especially women in the so-called high class society. And in this way, without mentioning the name of Shobha De, we cannot imagine of Indian English fiction. Now friends, there is next writer, woman writer, Shashi Deshpande, who depicts the inner world of women in her novels. And her novels, The Binding Wine and That Long Silence, are the best examples. In her novel, The Binding Wine, she deals with the themes of gender inequality, domestic violence, and women's empowerment. Actually, these are common themes in her novels, most of her novels. In her novel, That Long Silence, she depicts the themes of identity, marriage, and the quest for self expression. In this way, once again, we have the novelist Shashi Deshpande, who explores the inner world of women. There is one more name in the list of new generation of Indian women novelists, and that is Anuja Chauhan. Anuja Chauhan's novel, The Joya Factor, became so popular. It was published in the year 2008, and it deals with the themes of sports, superstition, and the intersection of love and cricket. Once more, we have one example of we have one name in the list of new generation, and that is Anuradha Roy. Her novel, An Atlas of the Lost World, published in the year 2001, deals with the themes of identity, history, and the impact of political and social changes in India. Actually, friends, there are so many novelists, women novelists, who have made history in Indian English literature. But it is not possible to discuss all these novelists in one single video. And therefore, here in this video, I have discussed only a few examples of talented Indian women English novelists and their major works and major themes in their works. I hope that you might have enjoyed this video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe the channel if you haven't subscribed it, and please share this video with the students preparing for NET and SET, the students of MA English, and the students of BA English also. If you want this note in the form of Word, you can simply, the link of this note is given in the description box of this video. You can find notes there in that description box. Thank you.